Welcome to our plans, review of our plans for 2025. Startup Bulgaria Crossroads. Crossroads, why are we calling it Crossroads? Well, all of you who studied geography or history in Bulgaria, we know we were always saying that Bulgaria was founded at a crossroads. That means we were always the place where different sides meet in order to exchange, in order to trade, in order to connect with each other, in order to do business, to be more successful, to grow together. And that's what we're going to do this year as well. We are creating the next edition of Startup Bulgaria. It's going to be called Crossroads. And what we are going to do is we are going to make sure that even more people meet like we did last year. This year is going to be even bigger, even like more exciting. There will be more investments, more opportunities to learn, more opportunities to meet people. And these people could be anyone. It could be founders, it could be investors, it could be customers. So, as you can see here, we are already giving away that we are saying that's the place where startups from Central and Eastern Europe and also from Southeastern Europe are going to meet global investors. Of course, we are putting in beyond because last year we actually had a couple of international startups that we didn't even think might want to join our Startup Bulgaria event. This year, that will be the case for sure as well. And that's why we're saying its main focus Southeastern Europe, but who knows? Everyone's welcome. Whoever wants to join, they can join. What does that mean? So let me give you a little bit of background. Let's not forget why we're doing this Startup Bulgaria initiative. We started last year saying we want to transform Bulgaria into the Silicon Valley of Europe. And we said, in order to do that, we need everyone to help. Like, there is no one person or two people or five people that can do that. We all need to work on that. How do we do that? We want to inspire the young people to see a future in Bulgaria. We were talking to so many of you, investors, companies, and you were saying we want young people to know that there is a future, that there is something they can do in Bulgaria, that it is an exciting location and destination. We want to instill a culture of entrepreneurship. Last year, we went to many universities. We were talking to students. We wanted to see what are the future careers that they are considering. Startups wasn't the most common answer, right? And that's one thing we want to change. We want university and academia to talk more about starting something on your own, driving initiatives, achieving results on your own, together with a team, and ideally creating the economic environment and the businesses that you want to have in your country, right? And that's something that we started last year. We're going to continue this year. And I'm very grateful to all the academic institutions, universities, NGOs that were partnering with us last year. And there will be even more this year that we're going to partner with. Apparently, we want to create a stronger ecosystem. Last year, there were so many people who said, wow, it's amazing. I see so many people. I thought what we're doing it on our own. But now we are fully convinced that there are more people that care about what we do, that care about the ecosystem, that care about creating more startups. That's why we are bringing together everyone once again so that these connections continue being created, but also get stronger and even more solid. And ideally, not only we have connections, but we also use very intensely the connections we have. And apparently, last year we said we want Bulgaria to be a top destination for everyone who wants to launch a business. We know, and whoever is reading the rankings, we know that Bulgaria is always ranking among the places that make it the easiest to launch a business. And we want to continue having that. We want everyone to be aware of that. We want everyone who is considering launching a business to take the chance and do it in our country. So, how are we going to do that? First, we'll do exactly what we did last year. We're going to have many successful entrepreneurs showcasing how they think, how they act, what they do. These are the role models that inspire growth, and we want to continue doing that. Apparently, we're going to facilitate exchange of knowledge. Last year, we had B2B sales forum, so it was teaching everyone how to sell in modern ways, in state-of-the-art ways, the way you would do business globally. We're going to have more of that. We're going to have more of the workshops. Last year, we have many practical workshops. People were sitting there, writing down their plans. How do they do branding? How do they do goal setting? How do they do advisory board? How do they organize their own advisory board? We're going to have more of that because we saw that's highly valuable, and feedback from last year was saying that everyone appreciated that and that people want to have even more. And last year, we also, for the first time, brought in one place business, academia, NGOs, the ecosystem builders, the way we call them. And this is something we're going to do this year at a higher scale. So if last year we had two or three NGOs, actually we had many more, but like if we had 10, this year we are going to have 20 or 30. We had some representatives of government. This year we are going to have more. Why? Because, like I said, Silicon Valley, you can do it with everyone participating, everyone that has a stake in that. There are so many institutions that are doing so many things to attract talent, to foster entrepreneurship. But if we don't know that they are there, and if we don't know what the opportunities are and what the options are to collaborate with them and to the resources they give to every startup, apparently we're not going to take advantage of these resources, and they're going to be wasted or are going to stay noticed, right? And like that's one thing we definitely want to change for this year, and we are working already very actively and proactively with different institutions, with different businesses, with government, to make sure that whenever we meet, and in a second I'm going to give away what the dates are, that we're all together, that we learn, that we connect, and that everyone gets a very comprehensive view of what are the different opportunities and resources that each of us could use in order to advance their business, their startup even better. What we did last year, a couple of numbers here. We had 2,000 people over the 3 days. We gathered, at least this was promised on stage, 284,000 in investments, term sheets, products, and services. There were more than 40 startups that pitched in front of our investors. We had more than 100 of you that joined the speed dating. There were three types of speed dating: with investors, with customers, with co-founders. There were more than 50 sessions, and there were 108 speakers in total, of which 15 were international. There was also a hackathon happening at Work Better, and we also had a B2B sales forum taking place the whole day on a Saturday. What are we going to do this year? I mean, here you can see some of the examples, some of the moments here where we were awarding the checks, the term sheets to some of the winners, and you can see also some of the feedback we got from the community. Everyone was saying it was highly practical, very interesting event, very enriching, a lot of inspiration, and so on. And apparently, I mean, we also got some recommendations on how to improve. And believe me, we are taking this seriously. And this year, we're going to implement all that. We heard people asking for more practical sessions, so we're going to have more practical sessions. We heard people asking for even the small things such as administration or how to understand what sessions are happening where and so on. So like this year, we're already working on technical solutions and other solutions on all that in order to make sure that all of you have the best experience during the conference. Now, we are already acting on many of these things. In 2025, we started several priorities and we are acting on them. First, we launched the growrevenuesfactory.com. That's a free portal where you can find the videos, the recordings from the previous conference, and where we'll be adding information constantly. Like I said, access is free. We are already approaching institutions and organizations proactively in order to share this access with them. I mean, as we are already investing in building it, it makes sense that it reaches as many people as possible. Then, for those of you who came to the Scale Edition in February, you know that we are trying to launch regular events. Apparently, the big conference, the flagship conference, is going to happen once per year. But in the meantime, we have many other opportunities to meet together, to connect, to exchange knowledge, and so on. And then we launched the Scale Up Club last year. The last day of the conference, we announced the Scale Up Club. So that's a community for entrepreneurs. Everyone's welcome to join after an interview. I mean, what we're making sure is that we're selecting the right people who are really working on a business and who have the right problems, the right mindset at that time, so that we can ensure that every interaction and every visit or every community gathering is really valuable, and that you can actually meet like-minded people that have problems and issues similar to yours, and that actually makes sure that your time is also very well spent. And the last one, we started based on the interest we had from the B2B Sales Forum. We started an academy from the Revenues Factory. So we are doing B2B sales courses, B2B sales education. This is especially relevant for those of you who want to make business abroad, who want to make sure that you approach foreign customers, especially if you're selling to Western Europe and the US. These companies do have some expectations about how you're going to act, how you're going to approach them, how are you going to present. And what we are doing there is we are organizing different trainings that are helping you and are preparing you. These trainings are highly practical. We do a lot of role play that's tailored to what you're selling. It's not like some generic theory, it's really tailored to what you're selling. And we already had the first two editions for executive engagements, for business value selling, and we got great feedback from all the people. So these are some of the, I would say, some of the greatest initiatives we have. And as the year is evolving and unfolding, we are adding more and more to these. And we are, of course, strongly executing on all of that. So this year, Crossroads at a glance, it's going to be 3 day event. 3 day event, however, is going to work a little bit differently. In a second, you'll see how. So we're going to have 30 sessions. Again, we're listening to your feedback. Last year, you said, great, there were so many sessions. There were maybe too many sessions. Can we have more workshops? So yes, we're going to have more workshops. We are going to have a little bit less sessions, and we're going to have more workshops. Still, there is going to be a hackathon because I think that was a great opportunity for young people to come up from all different spheres of life, different walks of life, and start creating together. Last year we had the healthcare hackathon together with the partnership of the EIT. It was amazing. We had people from studying medicine, engineers, economists. They were all building together different healthcare solutions. So this year we're still clarifying what the topic will be, but we're definitely having a hackathon. And last year we reached around 300,000 in investments, 284, like I said. This year we're going for 2 million in investments and prizes. Again, here the small font is these are term sheets, right? So whenever a team is awarded that, it is subject to due diligence and it's subject to negotiations. I mean, imagine if someone is giving you a check for 50,000. Well, we don't know what percentage of equity you're giving for this 50,000, right? So that's why this is something for the winning team and for the investor to decide on their own. What we make sure is that there is this connection, that we connect an investor the to the high potential entrepreneurs that are having an idea. Again, what we're bringing together, we're definitely more startups this year. Investors, there will be more investors, especially more international investors as well. There will be more entrepreneurs. Doesn't matter if you have a startup or not. Maybe you're just curious about entrepreneurship. You're more than welcome. Ecosystem builders, they are crucial. Everyone that is educating entrepreneurs, gathering entrepreneurs, encouraging entrepreneurs, you're more than welcome to be there with us. We need to do that together, like I said. And then apparently innovative corporations. There were more and more businesses, similar to last year actually, who are saying, hey, we want to be there. We are part of that. And we are powerful, successful businesses, but we want to be close to startups because we know they are a center of innovation. We know that they can help us stay young, stay innovative, and we believe we can help them also, right? So we're definitely partnering with more and more corporations in order to make sure that you have the best experience during the conference. And the last one, institutions and SMEs, subject matter experts, I mean here. So yeah, last year, if you remember, we had people even coming from the European Patent Office, of course, the Agency for Small and Medium Enterprises, and so on. And of course, we're going to have even more of these because they are crucial to the development. They do a lot for the environment. They do a lot for the way we do business. And it's only makes sense that we connect you with them so that you know what they are working on, you know what are the different resources, you know everything about that, right? And like I said, three things don't change for this year, and it's there is going to be a lot of inspiration, there is going to be a lot of networking, and there are going to be many best practices. You can see here the dates are the 17th and 19th of October. It's all set. We are planning already with some of the guests, some of the speakers. Location has been defined. Very soon we're going to announce it. Now, how is it going to work? 3 day conference. The third day is going to be actually more fun than conference. We're going to have founders brunch. So that's a place where we meet, like where some of the startups are going to meet some of the investors. It's not obligatory or it's not mandatory for everyone joining the conference. It's actually just for we are going to limit it to a number of people so that we make sure that there is really meaningful networking, right? So stay tuned as we announce more details. This year, we're setting an objective of at least 3,000 visitors. Last year, like I said, we managed to hit 2,000. Let's see if we manage to achieve it. Of course, we need your help. We need you to be there. We hope you're there. We hope that you found it valuable last year and that you will find the time and the opportunity to join this year as well. And we, as I said, Crossroads, targeting different countries, different startups. So we hope that at least 10% of everyone who comes is an international guest and visitor. We're already working actively on that, on attracting these international startups, international entrepreneurs, international investors. So, how is it going to work? For those of you who remember, last year we had three different tracks. We had everything you could learn. So we had all these speakers, champions, experts that were telling us how do we start a business, how do we scale it, how do we grow it internationally, how do we get funding, and so on. There was the opportunity to grow. There was learning sales, mastering sales. There were different workshops. There was an AI track. We were talking about everything happening in the world of AI. And then there was also the opportunity to win for those of you who were saying, hey, I know enough. I know how to grow my business. I actually want to show you what I can. There was a pitching competition, there was a hackathon, there was speed dating. So now this year, it's very similar. What we are doing is, however, even bigger and better, like I said. First of all, you're going to have the opportunity to learn, right? Like, again, there will be inspiring sessions, there will be lectures, there will be know how shared. There is going to be a lot of business know how with the workshops. There are going to be these practical seminars. And this year, we are also talking about blockchain. So, very soon, we will be announcing the blockchain track. This will be a separate track, similar like AI was a separate track last year, or the B2B sales part. We see a growing interest. We see the community. As you know, Bulgarian legislation is conducive to do that. So, we are going to have it. Then, in terms of the growth track, again, you're going to have the opportunity to learn more sales. We're selling every day to employees, to investors, to clients. So it only makes sense that you get better at that. There are going to be many workshops. And this year, we are announcing the expo. In a second, I'm going to tell you how it is going to work. But just keep in mind, we're going to have an expo. Many of you are going to have the chance to promote and position their business. The pitching competition this year, we are setting a very high goal. We want to reach 2 million in checks, 2 million investments. There is going to be a hackathon very soon. We are going to announce the topic, the partners, and everything around it. And networking will be even more structured. I know that last time it was a little bit spontaneous in some parts of it, and there were many more participants that showed up than the one registered. This year, we're structuring it even more with an app, with everything. And we're going to have co founders, speed dating. We're going to have client speed dating. We're going to have investors. We heard that the most valuable one, I mean, of course, everything was valuable, but the one that many people found extremely valuable was the one with clients, where they could pitch what they're doing to customers and they could get their feedback. Now, going to how is it going to be different? I said Crossroads. We're going to show everyone Bulgaria is the place where startups from different parts meet global investors. We're definitely going for adjacent countries and a little bit further, like countries that are further away from Bulgaria. It doesn't matter actually. The most important thing is that they come, that we are all together, that we learn, that we share with each other, and that we meet investors, right? There's huge potential in Eastern Europe. Many people consider it as the next place of growth, where growth will be coming from. And that's what we are making sure that everyone has access to. Then apparently there is also a startup package. Like I said, we are having the expo. So what for those of you who want to exhibit, who want to join the different networkings and so on, we are going to have um, this type of special package. Like I said, there's going to be an expo so that you can make sure that investors find you, that it's easier to find, that there are different. I mean, apparently you can come with your team, that you can join all the types of speed dating and so on. And what we're doing right now is we're making sure that this expo is available to many of you. We actually already have some spots reserved. So make sure you reach out. In a second, I'm going to tell you how you can contact us if you're interested in being part of the expo we're going to do at Startup Bulgaria. Now, what to do now and what is happening later this year? What we do now, the most important thing right now is that you tell us who you want to see at Crossroads. We already have a very good idea of the different sessions and workshops, but we always love your feedback and we want to learn from you. So there is this QR code here on the top right corner. Just scan it. We'll open a very short survey where you can fill out some names of entrepreneurs, companies, people that you want to see, either as a lecturer, or you can also say a topic that you want to have a workshop on. Last year, we had very interesting topics. We had something about marketing and branding. We had goal setting. We had advisory board building. We had how do we hire the right talent and so on. So give us what are the topics that you really want to hear, and we'll make sure we design the best workshops for you with the best experts in the field. Then the second thing, I just talked about the expo. For those of you who want to join the expo, that's there is an opportunity to do that just right here at the info at startupbulgaria.eu, and a member of our team is going to get in touch with you and discuss the details, how you can join and so on. Then apparently this is a great place also to advertise, right? Like last year we had, I think, 14 or 15 great sponsors. So many of you had different, they had different offers for you. They had different products that are relevant for startups. This year we want to repeat that. So if you are interested in joining Startup Bulgaria, apparently that helps us. Every sponsorship helps us to build a better event, to make it more interesting. You can of course write to us at info@startupbulgaria.eu. And then, of course, if you just want to support, last year we had more than 10 companies and individuals that donated tickets. These tickets we gave away to people who applied for a free ticket. We had this process. We said, if you really want to make it to the conference, but you cannot afford it, let us know, give us your reasons why you want to be at the conference, and we are going to give you a ticket from the donated ones. Last year it worked very well. We were very grateful to all the generosity of the people. This year, by the way, Persian Karakosov is already the first one to support us. We even have, again, the leaderboard on our website. As you can guess, this is the startupbulgaria.eu website. And we're going to be publishing there the people who donate or the companies that donate. So we'll make sure that the good you're making doesn't remain unseen or unheard of. What's going to happen later this year? Right now we have, just now, I think till the end of the weekend, we have this very early bird sale that you can get your tickets. That's by going to startupbulgaria.eu, and you can get the very early bird ticket. This is a very limited amount. I think on Sunday we're going to stop it. Then apparently a little bit later this year, we are going to start the official ticket sales with everything else. Then you'll have the opportunity, if you're interested in applying at the pitching competition, you have the opportunity to do that. There are going to be the different workshops. The way we are going to do it is people who are getting the workshops pass or who want to join the workshops will be able to select which workshops they want to go to. So this will happen a little bit later in the year once we have the topics and the speakers clarified. And like I said, we're going to have founders brunch the last day, and this is also not going to be available to all of you. It's going to be available just to a subset of all the people joining the conference. So again, there will be an opportunity to apply for it and join and sign up for that, right? Um, any questions that you have, it's at info@startupbulgaria.eu, and our team will make sure to call you as quickly as possible. Right now, the most important thing here and the most valuable thing for us will be if you would scan the QR code and go to the link there. It's a very short survey, and what we are asking you for is to tell us, is there any particular entrepreneur company case that you want to see, that you want to learn about, so that we can make sure that they show up in October? Or are there any particular topics that you highly appreciate having a workshop on? So that's it. Thank you for joining us in this adventure. It's going to be amazing. The team is already working very hard on making that happen. Uh, we're saying 17th till 19th of October, but believe me, it does take time to prepare. There are many things, many moving parts, so we're already working very hard on that. But with the right partners that we had, with all the new ones that we are acquiring this year, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very successful event, very inspiring. It's going to deliver a lot of knowledge, and it's going to deliver a lot of networking. So actually, everything that you need in order to be successful, no matter if you're just starting up or if you want to scale and grow your business. So that's everything from me. I'm going back to work very hard on the implementation of what we just promised. And don't forget, startupbulgaria.eu is where you can get your very early bird ticket. Anything else, just write us at the info@startupbulgaria.eu, and we'll see you. We'll keep you updated very regularly, like we did last year. And so you will know about everything we do, the program when we announce it, the speakers, the workshops. But in the meantime, just stay tuned. Like I said, follow us on social media so that you are in line with all the updates we have. And we'll see you latest in October, if not before, at some of the workshops we do or at some of the events that we are participating in. Thank you very much and stay tuned. See you in October.